And this is one of the reasons why I reverted to Islam, because I feel like the Islamic culture is the strongest. You feel the culture.
Islam itself, as ideology, as religion in general, is a religion of conquest, domination, taken over, and control. It is a religion of war. Now, how can we understand that? We understand it simply through the behavior and the life of Muhammad, that Muslims consider as the highest authority of their lives. The Islamic ideology that I witnessed for, and this is not the radical Islamic ideology, because I was in many arguments with many Muslim denominations, and we know that there are common things that all of them agree on. Jihad is one of them. And if all Muslim denominations and colors believe that jihad by sword, killing by sword for the sake of Allah is justified, then we have a problem.
Hello, welcome to the channel Darkness to Christ. In today's video, I'm going to be exploring why are so many Westerners converting to Islam, and why are so many people in Islam leaving and becoming apostates. Now, I've seen a trend lately in the West of a lot of people joining Islam. We saw obviously most famously probably Andrew Tate. There's a lot of YouTubers like Blogging Theology, Bobby's Perspective, and a lot of young men as well. I've been noticing doing stories, I'm converting to Islam. And it's very interesting because whilst we're seeing a lot of Westerners convert to Islam, because maybe they don't really know much about it, a lot of Muslims are actually leaving the religion, the ones who know it. And I find it interesting that the ones who studied and know loads about it and grew up in it are leaving because they realise it's a load of nonsense. But the ones who are naive are joining it because they've been deceived. And I kind of compare it to liberalism. You know, when you're young, everyone when they're 16, 17, 18 becomes a liberal because you hear, oh, it's all about love and don't be racist, don't hate people, don't hate gays. We want a fairer community. We don't want to support all the greedy rich people. You think, it's brilliant. That sounds good to me. You know, you don't want to hate people. You think, okay, I'm going to vote for liberals. I'm not going to vote for the greedy conservative side because you're young and naive. And then if a more wiser, older conservative is like 40 years, like, yeah, I used to believe that, but it's not what you think. You think, oh no, you're just greedy. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm clever because even though I'm a dumb, naive kid, I think I'm smart. But then as you grow and you mature and you become more wise, you start to realize, hold on, these liberals, especially the modern days, it's like they don't love people. They only love their own ideology. You know, they use minorities for their own power. They use homosexuals for their own power. They don't actually love them. And then they start promoting all these weird agendas like a drag show hour. Children can change their gender and all this weird stuff. And you're like, what the hell is this? This wasn't what I signed up for. And I think it's the same with Islam, in that Westerners are very, very naive. And obviously, our society has become spiritually devalued. There's no spiritual values anymore, and it's become very materialistic and degenerate. And people want to escape that. Now, Christianity is not a very good counter at the moment because Christianity is a mess and it's seen as weak. And then people hear of Islam and think, oh, it's a strong religion. And you hear, oh, it's a peaceful religion and the oneness of God. And it sounds amazing to begin with. So I can see how people can join it. But just with liberalism, you join it thinking it is a certain way, but then after a while, you start realizing, hold on, did the Prophet really marry a 6-year-old? And are we really supposed to kill homosexuals and kill apostates? It seems a bit aggressive. And why are we standing up for the Palestinian people for being persecuted? Rightly so. But then you have Ahmadiyya Muslims in Pakistan who've been kicked out. Why are we not standing up for them? And then you realize, oh, they don't actually care about people. They only care about Muslims. And if the Palestinian people all of a sudden said, no, we're Christians, by the way, the Muslims couldn't give two hoots about them. And they probably want them persecuted for not belonging to Islam anymore. It just sums up what Jesus said. If you love those who love you, what good are you? You're no good. And that's the same with Muslims, Christians, Jews. If you only love your own kind, you're no good. You're not of the Father. As Jesus said, you need to be as your Father. Be perfect. Love everyone. And tell the truth to everyone. And this is the point of when you see like the son of Hamas, the apostate prophet, the people who grew up in Islam and have suffered because of the teachings. I think the apostate prophet said his aunt was murdered by radical Muslims because she no longer went along with the religion, or something along those lines, but she was murdered, and it devastated him. And the son of Hamas realized growing up in Hamas that they don't have any love and that they're following the teachings of their prophet. And this is what caused all the problems. And then once you understand that the teachings were based on falsity, then it makes sense why they would leave it. And all these people converting now, once they start finding the truth, eventually they will leave the religion and come to Christ, hopefully. See, what people need to realize is just because the West is degenerate and Christianity is not standing up as such, the answer is not Islam, the answer is Christ. And that's why I am against religion and I am for Christ. So Judaism, Christianity, and Islam is not the answer. Jesus Christ is the answer. And not the religious Jesus Christ, but Jesus Christ of the Spirit, who taught to be born again spiritually. And then when you find the Christ within, you realize every human being has that Christ and Spirit within. And our Father, the true God, is a spiritual Father, and that we're all children in the Spirit of the real Father, and that the labels of Christians, Muslims, all the things that separate us and causes the violence and arguments is false, and that we need to overcome that and be born again spiritually and find the true Father, like the prodigal son. So that is the point of my video today. Again, it's not to hate on Muslims or anyone, because essentially nobody is a Muslim, a Jew, or Christian in the spirit, in the realm that I'm in, and that the realm that God and Christ is in. So I'm not attacking any people. I'm just attacking ideologies that are false. And again, I am not a Christian. I attack Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. They're all false. But you can't just go from Christianity to Islam, or Islam to Christianity. You need to move from religion to spiritually following Christ and the Father. That is the answer. Okay, so if you like the video, like it. If you are interested in real truth, or what I believe is more close to real truth, I can't be the absolute arbiter of truth, but if you're interested in more different takes than stupid religion, follow and subscribe. God bless everyone, and goodbye.